Well, if I'm making this video, then that means God is still in the blessing business. And since God is still in the blessing business, then that means that business has got to be good. My. The subject that I'll be speaking on today is triggering. But not only with it being triggering, it could also be pretty touching. So I tried to set the mood to be in a comforting mood to where you'll kind of be at peace. And the subject for today is there is comfort in death. And with me saying there's comfort in death, you definitely have to look and see the long run of it. Besides the death to most of people would say was a surprise that it happened, and in turn some deaths that were not a surprise because of medical issues or people that you know that's already sick. But even with people that you know that's already sick and they do die or pass on, or however you like to say it, it still could be a surprise. An example, I am sure that my family is not the only family that went through this during the part and during the time where COVID was, but someone getting sick and going to the hospital and never returning home, that's a surprise. That's a shock. I am one of the people that had to experience and learn how to get through that time of grief of experiencing someone you love go to the hospital and never return home ever again in the physical form. So there being comfort in death would get to the point to where you know that that person was in pain, and even with them dying that they're in a better place or don't have to deal with the pain of it every day, every hour, every minute, every second for the rest of their life, and they are comfort. They are in comfort now with being in the hands of the Lord. Some people don't believe in God or whatever. We don't play none of that around here. So if that's what you do, figure out what I'm saying and try to tie it into your twisted mind of you not believing in God or however it is. So if you want to say, oh, well, you're picking on people who don't believe, that's your business, not mine. So you stand on what you do. So I stand on how I do. So that's how we popping that one over here. So since you have to find comfort in death, and this is not questionable because you have to find comfort in death because you have to learn how to get through the grieving process. And within this grieving process, you will have to come to a point of the truth. The truth is something that we do over here at Richardson Outdoor, Rich Beef Outdoorsman. We do truth over here. And if your loved one was in pain, You're not you need not to be so selfish and think about yourself all the time, and learn to let the comfort of your faith in God to take that shock effect away from you. But within this learning how to grieve, you will start to understand the meaning of death, because death is a subject I 100% will guarantee that the Reaper will not miss your door. And God will not miss your door. Source will not miss your door when it comes to death. There are many different ways death can come knocking on your door. And you don't have to answer. He is coming in. I guarantee it. So you say, well, how does this video supposed to help? Well, at this point on the videos, I'm waiting on comments or interest so I can go deeper into the different subjects. But there's a lot of things going on right now in the energy, and death is one of the subjects that people are having to come up with and deal with. And it's a lot of people that's not understanding what must go on or what must happen, because they've never floated down this river before, because they hadn't had anyone close enough to them to die to make them understand grieving or the process of death. And it's gonna happen. You're not gonna be missed. But there's a lot of people that don't understand what's going on because they hadn't had to deal with death knocking on their door. But they so full of BS and trash and gawkiness, and to the point to where when death do knock on their door, they life crash. And when their life crash, they crash out. You don't have to crash out. But getting a good relationship with God and having faith in the what you don't see or what you don't have, and have faith that God will provide and everything is already all right. There are people that's going to see these videos and they're going to understand the words that are coming out of my mouth and where they come from. And where they come from is called good teachers that teach you how to live life in a godly way, to where you do not understand until you get older and you've had to walk the walk of what you was taught. I appreciate y'all listening to me today, and I want you to have a great rest of your day, morning, evening, brunch, lunch, or any other time that you're listening and looking at this video. I would say I love everybody, and I do, but God and Source guaranteedly does. Sorry, Nari.